Photosynthesis. What is photosynthesis? Plants and food. Making food, investigating photosynthesis, rate of photosynthesis, and summary of activities. All living organisms need food to grow and survive. This is because food provides raw material for growth and energy for chemical reaction. Plants are known as producer because they provide food for many organisms. Without plant, other organisms would have no raw material for growth and energy. Unlike animals, plants cannot move very much, so how do they get the food that they need? Do plants eat soil? It used to be thought that plants got their food from soil. Greek scientists believed that plants increase in mass by taking in minerals from the soil. A scientist called Van Helmont performed an experiment to test this idea. He grew a willow tree and measured the mass of the soil, the tree and the water he added. After 5 years, the plants had gained about 74 kilos, but the mass of the soil was the same. He calculated that the tree's weight gain had come from water. Was he right? Oxygen from plants. Joseph Priestley discovered oxygen and later showed that it was made by plant. He placed a mint plant and a candle in an enclosed space and soon discovered that the candle went out when all the oxygen was used up in combustion. He kept the container closed and relit the candle. 27 days later, the candle was able to burn again. Priestley concluded that something must have been made by the plant that changed in the air. The gaseous product was oxygen. Photosynthesis. Plants and food. Making food, investigating photosynthesis, rate of photosynthesis, and summary activities will study. What is photosynthesis? Plants make their own food by photosynthesis. A few microorganisms can do this too. Photosynthesis is a chemical reaction that uses light energy. This is the sun. Light energy goes to the plants. The word photosynthesis comes from Greek language. Photo means light. Synthesis means putting together. Photosynthesis just means putting together with light. How do plants produce food from photosynthesis? This is the plant. Plant photosynthesis is a chemical reaction that occurs in plant and produce food. Press play to find out how and where this reaction takes place. Summary. How can the process of photosynthesis be summarized in one sentence? Photosynthesis is a chemical reaction that takes place in the chloroplast of green plant cell, where light energy used to convert carbon dioxide and water into glucose and oxygen. What is the word equation for this chemical reaction? Carbon dioxide plus water. In presence of light and chlorophyll, plant can synthesize glucose plus oxygen. What is word equation of photosynthesis? This is the leaf symbol equation of photosynthesis. The reaction of photosynthesis can be represented by following equation. Carbon dioxide plus water in presence of light, chlorophyll, plant can synthesize glucose and oxygen. What is the symbol of equation for this reaction? CO2 plus H2O in presence of light and chlorophyll, green plant can synthesize 6CH12O6 means glucose plus oxygen O2. In this a balance symbol equation, how would you balance the equation? 6CO2 plus 6H2O in presence of light and chlorophyll, plant can synthesize C6H12O6 plus 6O2. What are the chemical formula for the reactant and product of photosynthesis? Carbon dioxide from outside the source plus water plant can uptake through roots, light energy obtained from sun in presence of chlorophyll itself in the plant can synthesize glucose plus oxygen. How much do you know about photosynthesis? Photosynthesis make food for all life on earth. How much do you know about this chemical reaction? How can test the photosynthesis? In presence of starch in a leaf can be used to show that photosynthesis has taken place. After photosynthesis occurs, the glucose is often converted into starch for storage. Is the iodine. Iodine is used to test for starch. It reacts with starch and changes the color from brown to blue-black. The starch test can be used to prove that photosynthesis need light, carbon dioxide and chlorophyll to take place. How would you set up an experiment to test the conditions needed for photosynthesis? How would you make the experiment fair and reliable? How are leaves tested for starch? Iodine can be used to test leaves for starch, which shows in photosynthesis has occurred. Chlorophyll cannot be removed from the plant without killing the plant. Instead, variegated leaves can be used to show the chlorophyll is essential for photosynthesis. This is a leaf. Variegated leaves have pale parts. This is pale parts which do not contain chlorophyll. The green part of the leaf contain chlorophyll and are the control. Which area will react with iodine? Only the green area of the leaf react with iodine and turn blue-black. This is blue-black. Without chlorophyll, the pale area have been able to produce starch and do not turn blue-black. How do growing conditions affected starch production? 5 plants were grown in the same light leaves under different conditions. A leaf has been picked from each plant and prepared for the final part of the starch test. Where does the oxygen come from? Photosynthesis is a chemical reaction and so has a rate. Like many reactions, photosynthesis requires enzyme. Is the rate of photosynthesis away the same? Which factor do you think about the rate of photosynthesis? Light, carbon dioxide, temperature. How does the factor affect the rate of photosynthesis? Light energy has to be absorbed by chlorophyll for photosynthesis take place from sun. Carbon dioxide, water, light, chlorophyll. In presence of chlorophyll, plant can synthesize glucose plus oxygen. The brighter light, the more light energy there is, so will photosynthesis be faster or slower? More light energy means that photosynthesis will be faster. If light intensity is too high, plant cell can be damaged. How to photosynthesis affected in this happens? Thank you very much.